Hello and good morning, everyone. It is Donna Gray here, your Stamping Up demonstrator from the Scenic Rim in Queensland, coming to you live from my craft room on Monday, the 26th of August, 2024. I'm super excited. So if you're watching this at 9 a.m. on the 26th of August, you're watching me live. If you are watching at any other time than that, then you're catching the replay. So welcome. Please say hello, even if you're watching the replay. Please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. If you have any questions throughout my crafting process today, please don't hesitate to put it in the comments and ask me, and I'm more than happy to help you. So good morning. Welcome. I can see a few of you, Suzanne and Jill, both on YouTube this morning. Pepe, welcome. Darby, welcome. Lovely to see you all the way from Canada. Please feel free to share my video with others because I love getting my crafting out there to people all over the world, which is wonderful, this wonderful world of the internet. It's so exciting that we can craft together. We can gather together. Good morning, Matthew. Lovely to see you. So I'm super excited. I know I've been missing in action. I was away at the Toowoomba Craft Alive show Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this week just gone. And I did leave on the Wednesday morning. So it's nice to be back, and it's nice to be back in my craft room. There's no place like being home again. Hello, Catherine from Ipswich. Welcome. Margaret, Tanya, welcome. Maggie, lovely to see you. Janice, lovely to see you. So talking about Craft Alive, I will be exhibiting at the Ipswich Craft Alive show. So Catherine, if you're thinking about it, Ipswich Craft Alive is on, let me just check the dates. Ipswich Craft Alive is on in October. It is the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th of October. So I will be exhibiting at the Ipswich Papercraft Alive, and I will also be doing classes. So I'm super excited that I will be doing some classes while I'm at the Ipswich Papercraft show. So if you are interested, head on down, mark your calendar, 17th, 18th, and 19th of Ipswich. I would love for you to come and craft with me at the show. So welcome, Debbie, Ina, welcome. Lovely to see you. The show was a fantastic success. It was so nice to meet other crafty people, and even better at the Ipswich Papercraft to craft with you. So if you want to come and hang out with me, make a card with me, or maybe do a scrapbook layout, because I'll be doing scrapbooking layouts and I'll also be doing card making classes. So don't miss that. Okay. So welcome. Suzanne, do you have a cat walking over your keyboard of your computer at the moment? We have a plus sign and a number 7. So I'm assuming maybe your cat might be walking over your keyboard. So welcome, everybody. So just a few things that I wanted to let you know about before we get started today. If you haven't got a mini catalog and you're not currently working with a demonstrator and you would like a mini catalog sent to you, please scan that QR code on the screen there, or there is a link in the show more box down below on YouTube and also in the description of this video over on Facebook. I would love to send you a copy of the mini catalog out to you. Scrapbooking is your thing? Well, come and see me, Catherine, at Ipswich Papercraft show, because we will be doing a scrapbook layout. So that'll be one of my classes. I'm hoping to hold classes each day. So check the website. Keep an eye on that website. I haven't got the details to them yet. So as I said, if you haven't got a mini catalog, please scan that QR code. I would be more than happy to send one out to you free of charge so that you can see all of the exciting new products that are coming in the September mini catalog. And I mean, September's going to be here before we know it, right? So I'm telling you, this catalog has got some really awesome stuff. Now, I'm going to leave this open for one more day. My September Scrap It With Me workshop is going to be using the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. We're using the Thoughtful Designs specialty paper. We're also using the In Color 12 by 12 mixture pack of cardstock. So for the mega kit, you will get a full pack of the Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper, a full pack of the Thoughtful Designs paper. You will also get a full pack of 12 by 12 in color cardstock, and you will also get a pack of basic white cardstock as well, 12 by 12. Plus, you will get the sketch layouts for 3 double-page layouts. So please make sure that if you are interested in scrapbooking, you can get a kit by mail or you can come and attend in person. We will be holding the class. I know it says the 5th of September there, but I've had to move that because I am going to be exhibiting at the Bow Desert Show and I have to set up on the Thursday. So I'm moving that to the Wednesday, which is the 4th of September at 9:30 a.m. for the in-person class. And if you're doing the kit by mail, the kits will go out by the 20th of September. So please feel free to jump on, scan that QR code, jump on, subscribe. I'm leaving it open for one more day. I hope that it will still work. Let me see. I'll scan the QR code so we can see. Let me see. There we go. Can we still register? I'm hoping that it hasn't finished. Register. That the registration hasn't closed automatically. Yes, we can still register, so it's all good. Okay, so if you're interested, please make sure you scan that QR code and jump on and register so I can order your products. So I will be ordering the products either today or tomorrow for that. Good morning. I can see a few of you have jumped on now. Yes, it was your cat, Suzanne. I thought it might have been. Good morning, Wendy, Kerry, Robin, lovely to see you. Kath, lovely to see you. Joanne, lovely to see you. Thank you for catching me live. So scrapbooking class, you can scan the QR code. The link is also in the description of the video. If you ever are wondering about any of my classes and where to find the links, you can always find the links in the description of my latest videos. The next thing I want to talk about is my World Card Making Card Buffet. I've already been overwhelmed by people registering for my card buffet already. Now, I am going to hold a card buffet here locally in the Scenic Rim in my craft studio, and I want to see how many people we can get come and hang out and craft with me. So this is an event that goes from 9 o'clock in the morning until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And World Card Making, do you know that we have a day designated to World Card Making Day? And it is the first Saturday of October every year. Now, if you want to come and have a good social hangout and have a light lunch, enjoy tea and coffee and hanging out and chatting with crafty people, then please make sure you scan that QR code and get your spot secured. And I am not going to close registration. I'm going to keep the registration going because I want to see how many people that can come here, hang out with all the other crafty people. You never know who you might meet. Like, honestly, it is a great social event. So if you live in Brisbane area, Gold Coast area, Ipswich area, anywhere, coming and hanging out on World Card Making Day, I'm telling you, it will be an event not to miss. So scan the QR code there on the screen, or you can use the link that's in the description of the video, as I've said before. Costs $50 to come, but we include a light lunch, cakes and slices and biscuits and tea and coffee the whole time that you're here, and you get to make 8 cards and take them home with you. You will also get a full pack of embellishments that you're going to use on the day at that craft event. So you don't want to miss that one. All right. The only other thing I want to tell you about is my September Creative Card Club is going to be using the gorgeous new Season of Elegance suite of products out of the brand new mini catalog. So I'm super excited. I can't wait for that Creative Card Club class. It is going to be an awesome Christmas class. Now you can get this. This is a rolling subscription club. It costs $50 per month and you get your kit delivered out to your door every month with all of your goodies. You get a quarter pack of designer series paper, you get a full pack of embellishments, you get a length of ribbon, you get all the cardstock needed to make 8 cards, and you get a PDF tutorial showing you step by step how to create those 8 cards. Now, if you want to be in for September's Creative Card Club and start your subscription, you need to subscribe before the 10th of September. Now, all of the Creative Card Club kits go out on the 26th of the month. So today is the day. You need to see my dining room table. I might share a picture on my Facebook business page a little bit later on of all of the awesome kits that are getting packed, ready to go in the post today for my lovely Creative Card Club members. So it's a rolling subscription. It's only available for people that live in Australia. Sorry, Stampin' Up rules, I can only send product to people that live in Australia. So you can actually purchase the kit, the PDF. If you live internationally, you would need to message me privately, and I will tell you how you can pay for that PDF and how you can get your hands on it. So thank you everyone for listening to all of those things that I have to tell you. One last thing, my November, I'm getting confused with the months now. My November 2-day Papercraft retreat is filling up very, very fast. Now you need to secure accommodation if you need to stay somewhere. I have been told that all the accommodation in Beaudesert is booked out. There is a motel that is in Boona. There's actually 2 motels in Boona, and there's quite a few guest houses. Now, Boona is only 20 minutes drive away. So if you're driving to me anyway, you may want to hang out and stay out there. And I do know that some of the retreat people are actually going to be staying in Boona. So we're getting bigger and better every time we have a retreat. And unfortunately, the accommodation situation is we've blown it out of the water. We've actually booked out all of the accommodation. So I'm super excited to be doing that. Now you can get a retreat in a box. So if you don't live anywhere locally and you want to hang out and have a great time with a retreat in a box, you can get everything that everyone gets in person delivered to your doorstep by just paying the extra $25 postage. So that actually gets sent out after I've held my in-person retreat. Then it actually gets sent out the very next week out to all the people that ordered the retreat in a box. But don't think that you have to miss out because you don't live locally. I can send those retreats in a box anywhere in Australia. So if you are thinking about getting your Christmas craft on, maybe the November retreat will be the thing. It costs $220 to come in person. That includes at least $200 worth of product. You're going to get the decorative trees bundle. Yes, that's right. The stamp and die set is going to be yours to keep. You are also going to get a quarter pack of designer series paper. You're going to get a full roll of ribbon. You're going to get a full pack of embellishments. You're going to get all the cardstock to do 8 projects. And we're going to mix it up a little bit this time. We're going to do maybe, I don't know, some 3D items, tree ornaments. I don't know. It's a Christmas craft retreat. So I can tell you, you will get all set for your Christmas crafting and walk away with some brilliant ideas to be doing your Christmas crafting this year. So scan the QR code there on the screen, or you can actually find the description in the video. Okay. Any other thing? Oh, the only other thing, one more. If you love Stampin' Up products, you've got a lot of things that you want to buy, or you do a lot of Christmas crafting and you know that you're going to need to buy quite a few things, then you may want to think about joining my team. You get to choose $235 worth of product and you only pay $169. So that gets delivered to your door, freight free. So you can get $235 worth of Christmas goodies in your starter kit, and you can do it right now. What is a slice, Lynn? Okay, so Lynn's saying, what's a slice? It's a beautiful, it's a little bit like a cake, but they're more dense than a cake and they're thinner, and you cut it into slices, and so that's why it's called a slice. And people make all different ones. You can have chocolate ones, you can have ones with jelly tops, you can have ones with jam on them. There's lots of different things and lots of different varieties, but it's like a big thick biscuit that you cut into chunks to eat. So hopefully that's explained what a slice is. Okay, so as I said, join my team and you get to choose $235 worth of product and you only pay $169. If you are thinking about it, come back to this video. You can scan that QR code there, or you can find my join link in the description of the video at all times. Okay, all right, so let's get to crafting. So we are crafting with a bundle today that is called the Sentimental Wishes. So I'm actually going to show you, we're going to be coloring with some Wink of Stella, but this is a brand new suite that is in our mini catalog. So what actually goes with the suite is we have the Sentimental Wishes stamp set. It also has this cute little die set. I love this little die set. I think these are the most cutest little mini die packets that you've seen. But it actually has the dies to cut out the stamped images. So this one's going to cut out, of course, the stocking. This one here is going to cut out the beautiful holly. This one here is going to cut out the bow. This one's going to cut out the gorgeous candles. And then, of course, we have like a little nice little sprig that you can use as an embellishment to go with and jazz up your cards a little bit. So biscuit meaning cookie. Yes, sorry. Sorry, we all have different ways of saying things, don't we? So biscuit, yes, means cookie. A large, it's a cookie the size of a dish, a baking dish. All right, so we can do that there. That's okay, Lynn, anytime. All right, so whereabouts are you from again, Lynn? America? Yes, a biscuit is equivalent to a cookie. It's so funny how we say all different things. So all right, so in the suite we've got the Sentimental Wishes stamp and die set. We've got this gorgeous shaded spruce ribbon, which is beautiful. It's got this beautiful mesh sort of edging on it that you can see through, and the gorgeous satin stitched ribbon in the middle. So it's absolutely beautiful. To see it in person, I think a video doesn't do it justice. It's so gorgeous. Then we have these gems that are called the Drucy adhesive backed embellishments. Now these are absolutely gorgeous. They're in like a gold and a silver color, so I think that they will be a really, really fantastic staple in your craft room, because they will go with many multiple different things. Now it also has the designer series paper. You can find this if you have a catalog. You can find this suite on page 29, 28 and 29 of your catalog. Now you can buy the whole suite, which will give you the stamps, the dies, the ribbon, the embellishments, and this paper. And you can buy that whole suite for $120.75 here in Australia. So you can pop this suite into a starter kit and add like more products to get up to the $235 worth of product. And you're only going to pay $169. So for an extra $49, you're going to get to choose $235 worth of product instead of only and you're only going to pay $169. So it's a great bargain. All right. So, of course, we've got this paper. We've got cute little reindeers. We've got the beautiful snowflakes on the back. We've got this one here with the holly leaves. And we've got gorgeous Christmas trees on the back. We've got this one here that has the beautiful Christmas trees and presents, which is really, really cute. And then you've got the gorgeous striped pattern on the back. You love this suite, Renee? Then, of course, we've got the stockings, and you can cut out those stockings with the die. The die actually does fit those stockings. And then, of course, we've got this one here that I think would be a fantastic Christmas scrapbooking page. What do you think? Now, isn't that going to be a gorgeous page for, and there's two of them in the pack, so you can do a gorgeous double page layout with this. What do you call USA biscuits? Biscuit is a little, it's a cookie or a that's this size. Like we call them biscuits. I don't know. We're now confusing ourselves with the way we call things. All right, so we have that, and then of course we have this one here that has the gorgeous bow with the beautiful arrangement, foliage arrangement, beautiful stripes on the back, and last but not least we have the gorgeous little candles and another gorgeous scrapbook layout page. Absolutely stunning. So we've got some really lovely paper in this suite. So I think what I'm going to use, I don't know whether I want to use that one. There was another one that had stripes on the back. I could even use I might use this one here. We might use that for our card. Now, as usual, I'm winging it. You know me. I jump on here and I just go ahead and I just wing it. I don't really have a plan. I just get on here and have a great crafty time. So, so I'm just going to pop that paper aside. All right. So we've got this. So that was the one that's got the Christmas trees on one side, and then we've got this gorgeous pattern on the other side. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to work out what I'm going to use as my card base. So I think because I'm using this green, I could possibly, let me see whether I have, I have some shaded spruce in here, or I'm just looking, does that look like Coastal Cabana? Okay, let me see on the back of that paper what it says the colors are. So did you know that on the back of our paper, it tells us exactly what colors go with it? Garden green, old olive, pecan pie, poppy parade, peacock, and shaded spruce. So it doesn't even have what the lighter color is. So, I mean, I don't know. Do you think that, I think that Coastal Cabana goes with that. I don't have Pool Party in here. I was going to say Pool Party would probably go with it too. Or is that Pool Party? No. Nope, still Coastal Cabana. Sometimes in the light, it's very hard to see. Oh, this is Pool Party. Yes. Okay, or Pool Party. Okay. It sounds like a scone. USA biscuit is like our scones. Slices are like a flat tray cake cut into squares. Yep. Hello from chilly Melbourne. Well, it's quite warm and hot up here. Okay, so we have 3 colors here, people. What do we want to choose from as far as our card base? Do we want to do Pool Party with this designer series paper? We could possibly use Pool Party and then do a gorgeous layer of shaded spruce in behind. Janice loves the Coastal Cabana with it. Type it into the comments. Which one do you think we should? I mean, we could probably use all 3. We could probably, or 2 of them at least. We could use one as our card base and the other one as our layer. So, so we have one for Pool Party and one for Coastal Cabana. Type it in the comments and let me know for our card base which way we're going to go. So while we're working out what colored card base, I'm going to cut one of these. You'll have to show an example of the baking. Okay, Tanya. Well, I'm not the one that bakes. All of my lovely ladies bring all the cooking. And, of course, my very good friend Lucy, she bakes many, many cakes for us and slices. And she does lots of lovely, fun things. All right. So we've got 2 for Coastal Cabana, 1 for Pool Party, 1 for Shaded Spruce. Okay. So 2 for Coastal Cabana, 3 for Coastal Cabana. Four for Coastal Cabana, 2 for Shaded Spruce, and 1 for Pool Party. Coastal Cabana, 5. That's it. Coastal Cabana it is. All right, so we're going to do that as our card base. All right. So we have this here. So I'm thinking I might do Shaded Spruce. I'm not in the corner. Sorry, I'm not in the corner. You all love putting me in the corner. Okay, let me go in the corner right there for you. There you go. Coastal Cabana with Shaded Spruce layer. That's what I think too. I'm going to go with the Shaded Spruce to really bring up this colored cardstock. All right, so let's go 3 3/4 there by 5 1/2. All right. That's all right, Lynn. That's totally okay. It's so funny how different countries, we have different names for things and different sayings for things. I'm learning a lot of that with all of my international friends. So I love when we go on incentive trips. It's so funny listening to the different ideas and the different way that people say things. So I'm just going to take my liquid glue now and I'm going to glue that layer onto my Shaded Spruce layer. So we're just going to get just a little snippet of that color in behind. All right, now I'm actually going to do a basic white layer. So I'm going to grab some basic white and we'll cut a few layers for the inside and for the front of our card. All right, so I'm going to do a smaller layer on the front and I'm going to do a little bit of stamping and show you how we can color with our ink pads and our ink of Stella. All right, so I'm going to cut an insert for the inside, which is going to be 5.5 by 3 3/4. So that's going to be ready for the inside of our card. I'm then going to cut a smaller piece for the front of the card, and I'm probably going to layer it up with a little bit of I'm going to do it 3 inches by 4 inches. And we may layer that up on a piece of shaded spruce, really to make it pop on the front. So we might actually just cut that layer now. So we did that by 3 inches by 4. So we're going to do this one at, we're going to do it, have to go that way. So 4 1/8 by 3 1/8. And that's going to give us a little piece that's going to layer up in underneath our basic white, and that way it's going to show up on the front of our card. So simple but easy. I always like to add that contrasting color. I just think it finishes your cards off a little bit more. I could just put the basic white on there. Now I just want to show you this. I could just put the basic white on there and stamp my images. Okay, it could quite possibly work, but don't you think that just by adding that little snippet of color in behind, that just takes that layer to a whole new level? Now, it's just personal choice. It's what I do. No, Lynn, I haven't heard from her for a fair while. Yeah, no, I haven't heard from her. Hope she's doing okay. All right. Okay, so we've got that. Now I'm going to do a little bit of stamping with this stamp out of here, just the holly leaves. That's all I'm going to use, the holly leaves and the berries, and I'm going to show you how we can create a really awesome stamped image and an easy, simple card. So we're going to take that there. We're also going to take our insert because I'm going to probably stamp some on the insert as well. Let's grab a block so we can pop our holly leaves on the block. All right, now I'm going to stamp it in shaded spruce because we're using shaded spruce. I think stamping it in the shaded spruce will just bring out that shaded spruce out of the designer series paper. So I'm going to ink it up and I'm going to stamp a couple on a scrap piece of paper, but I'm also going to stamp some onto this gorgeous layer as well. So I want to stamp one heading up that way. Okay. I want to turn it around and have one coming down through here. Now it's totally okay that we can cross over a bit, but I'm actually going to use just a scrap piece of paper to mask off that top section, so that I can get this leaf to be stamped down here but not go too far up into the top there. I'm going to put a sentiment layer over the top, so it's going to be okay where these cross over in underneath, but I actually don't want the stem of this stamping up in there. So I'm just going to pop that over the top, and then I'm going to stamp going back down into that bottom corner as well. Okay. Now you can see there is a little bit of a mess there, but that's totally okay because we're actually going to put our sentiment label over the top of that. Now I'm going to stamp 2 more on this scrap piece of paper, and you'll understand why in a minute. So I'm going to stamp one there and another one there. Okay. So we've got 2 more just stamped onto that. We may use a little bit of our scrap too to cut some of those gorgeous dies to recreate this look. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my shaded spruce and I'm going to squeeze it down Did you have storms last night, Suzanne? We didn't have a storm. We had nothing here at all. All right, so I've squeezed the lid of my ink pad to get a bit of ink there. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use my Wink of Stella to pick up some of that ink, and I'm actually going to color these holly leaves with that ink out of my Wink of Stella. Now you can do this with any of your colors in your craft stash, but this is a beautiful way of being able to color some of these gorgeous images without having to have the blends. Like, so if you're somebody that would love to color but you don't have our blends, you can physically use your ink with your Wink of Stella to be able to do any coloring. So it works a little bit like an aqua painter, picking up that color and being able to just color in your gorgeous holly leaves with some of your shaded spruce ink. And all you do is just keep picking up a little bit. The more concentrated it is, the darker it's going to look. If you don't want a real concentrated look, you can actually just use your Wink of Stella on the bare leaves. It will move your ink around a little bit on the leaves. I just like to be able to pick up some of that ink and be able to color these gorgeous leaves. So you not only get the beautiful shaded spruce color on your leaves, you also get the glimmer and shimmer and shine as well. So it makes your image beautiful and glittery on your design. So I'm just going to quickly color all of these. Now type into the comments, are you somebody that uses your Wink of Stella to color? Have you tried this before? Type into the comments that yes, you use your Wink of Stella, or type into the comments that you have never tried it before. Put it in the comments. Give me a yes, I do it, or give me a no, never tried it. All right, so I'm just picking up some of that gorgeous shaded spruce. I'm making sure that I'm not going over my berries because I'm going to want to use another color to bring out those berries and make them look gorgeous as well. We do have some cute little berry embellishments, but I'm actually not going to use them. I'm just going to use my color on these today. Don't forget, so thank you. Lynn is saying, don't forget to give me the thumbs up. YouTube and Facebook love it when you give me the thumbs up. Hit that like button because then they decide to show my video to more people if you have interacted and hit that like button. So please do me a big favor and hit that like button. Even share my video back onto social media. So if you have people that maybe on Facebook might enjoy a crafting video, feel free to grab the link and share it maybe in Messenger or share it back onto your Facebook so that they can enjoy the crafty session as well. Come and invite them along or send them a quick text message and say, hey, jump on, we're crafting. Okay, so I'm just going to do the stems now a little bit on those. So as you can see, we have got some gorgeous shimmer and shine, but we've also got some beautiful color on those leaves. You don't use your Wink that way enough? Yeah, I love using my Wink of Stella like this because it saves me having to get out the blends, but it also gives that beautiful shimmer and shine when you color. It gives more of a watercolor look as well, so it doesn't give like an even colored look all the way over, which is something that I think I like because it gives you that light and dark shade by using the Wink of Stella this way. So I think that's probably why I like it a lot. If you're someone that struggles with coloring with our blends, maybe give this a try. Maybe think the next time that you are wanting to color an image, maybe think about getting your Wink of Stella out and giving it a go. Jenny, you use your Wink of Stella to color. It's a great idea, I can tell you. And for someone that wants to have limited supplies, you don't want to have every color of the blends that are available, this is a great alternative. So just picking up a little bit of that shaded spruce to be able to color in those leaves. And there where it crosses over, there's a little bit of a mess, but That's okay. It's all going to get covered up by the sentiment strip in the end. So just a couple more that we need to do. And we will have a gorgeous colored image there by using our Wink of Stella. Okay, bit of the stems. All right. Now all I do to remove the color out of my Wink of Stella, I just run it on a piece of paper. Can you see that? It's now gone clear. All the green, all the shaded spruce is gone. It's now back to clear again. So don't think it's going to ruin your Wink of Stella, because it's not going to. My suggestion, though, is before you close your ink pad up, to definitely wipe that out of your ink pad and get it out of your ink pad before you close it up. Now, the next thing I'm going to grab is my Real Red ink. And we are going to, hey, Kath, how are you going? We are going to use, and that just went on the front of me. Did you see that? But it's okay. Lucky I'm wearing a black shirt. I could have had a nice, lovely red splotch on me. Okay, so I've got a little bit of red there, of our Real Red. I always seem to get myself into a mess with Real Red. All right, and we're going to pick up some of that red and color in some of our gorgeous berries. So just picking up a little bit of the red and coloring in those berries to add that little bit of red in amongst all of those beautiful holly leaves. Who grows holly in their garden? Does anyone have any holly growing? I remember my old boss where I did, so I'm a hairdresser by trade, and where I did my hairdressing apprenticeship, my boss used to have a lady that would bring in some holly every single Christmas, and he used to decorate his house with real holly. And she used to bring in bunches. It's such a prickly, it's not an it's something that you got to be really careful with, because it is quite prickly. But she used to bring it all in, and he used to decorate his house with the holly from her garden. Does anyone grow it in their garden? Type it in the comments and let me know. I mean, I don't know. Is it an Australian thing? Is it an American thing? Like, where did holly originate from? Does anyone know that? That's an interesting point that we could probably find out. Does anyone know where holly actually originated from? Which country? All right, so we've got that. Now, I did forget that we haven't done our insert. So I'm actually going to grab my insert now. I'm going to stamp that holly leaf again on my insert. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a couple of those holly leaves coming down from the top. So I think I'll do one over that way. And I might do another one just coming down in through there. Okay, just for the insert. Ina says that she has tons of holly here on the island. Yep. Holly is here in the USA as a shrub. All right. So now that I've got that, I'm just going to color in these. So just bear with me while I color again. Sorry, I know it's going to take, I'll try and be a little bit quicker on the insert than what I was originally, because I know you don't want to sit here all day and watch me color. Although it is relaxing, but get a little bit bored with it in my video watching. So I'm going to try and get them done as quick as I can. And you don't have to be that particular with your coloring either. I mean, I think a lot of people put too much emphasis on their coloring. Like, as long as you get some color down there. Watercoloring these days is not perfect, like, honestly. So don't worry about whether you are totally perfect with your coloring. Just get some color down on those leaves. Okay, so we'll do that and that. And a few more leaves there. I must have known something, not putting my shaded spruce away. I probably needed it again anyway for the sentiment, but run it clear, then pick up some red for the berries and pop some red on those berries. Or, of course, as I said, we do have some embellishments that you could use that you could pop on to add a little bit of bling rather than doing the red. But I just find that the red with the wink of Stella still comes up really pretty. All right. And there's a little bit of, whoa, a little bit of green just there that we didn't do. Oops. And there's so much wink of Stella coming out of my wink now. Anyway, I squeezed it just a tad too much. All right, so there we have our insert colored. We have our holly leaves. We'll move that out of the way. I'll move that over there. Holly is toxic to dogs. Okay. A friend used to grow holly here in Sutherland Shire, Maryland. Yeah. First originated in subtropical Asia. Look, Suzanne's been Googling, have you? Before expanding its range to every continent except Antarctica. Well, there you go. We're learning something about the holly. All right, so I'm going to grab the die out of the set now, and we will cut out those gorgeous holly leaves. Holly has apparently spread to every continent except for the Antarctica. Well, there you go. See, we've all learned the Antarctica is the only place that doesn't have holly. I wonder what they do at Christmas. Have snowballs. Antarctica's does Antarctica have snow all year round? I mean, now I'm probably showing my ignorance when it comes to geography because I don't know much. I mean, would much grow in the Antarctica? I couldn't imagine it would. All right, so I'm just going to cut that a little bit smaller so that we can actually use our cut and emboss to cut them out. Do that, and my die just fell on the ground, but that's totally okay. All right, so let's bring in the cut and emboss, and we will cut out those two. And I think I might use the smaller little foliage die, just to add a little bit extra to the card, because you all know me. I like everything to have a little bit extra. All right. You read the same article? I was going to say, you said the same thing. Both of you said the same thing. You obviously Googled the same thing. All right, so let's bring in, so we're going to use plate number 1, plate number 2, we're also going to use plate number 3, which is our cutting pad. And as you can see, mine is very well worn because it definitely gets used very often. All right, so we're going to line that up. I've got a little bit of washi here that we can pop on there so it doesn't move. And we will wind that through. But I'm also going to grab, there is that other little die that is that little foliage die that I thought maybe we could cut that out with our shaded spruce to add a little bit more to our card. So let's run that through while we're cutting out these ones, and it'll give us a few little sprigs to add as an embellishment. So we'll run that through, then we'll cut out the second one. Okay. Oh, look at that little sprig. Isn't that cute? Look at that. How cute is that? And look, I've got ink all over my hands where it fell on my shirt. All right. So now I'm going to undo that one. Be very careful when you use your washi tape that it doesn't pull up your stamped image, because it may be a little bit moist still from inking or colouring with your wink of Stella. We'll add our washi on there again. I'm going to add that again and cut out a second one of those. We might even be able to get a third or a fourth. Although, maybe I need to stop. Maybe 2 is enough. Okay, so we've got another one of those cut out, which is beautiful. And, of course, our little sprig there. I think I might cut out another 2 just to be on the safe side. I may end up using a little bit more. I'm not sure. You can use that piece there. Okay. That's one. And another one. Does that little foliage die cut out anything on the DSP? No, Lynn, I think it's just a foliage piece. I couldn't imagine that it would cut anything out. It's just a decorative foliage piece. So, yeah, I don't imagine that it would, because I don't think there'd be anything small enough to be able to cut out on the designer series paper. Okay. So let's do that. All right, so let's move those aside. Let's put those dies back in the packet so we don't lose them. I'll put them back in my little folder. All right, we'll move that out of the way. And now we will start to assemble this cute card. Okay. So we have our card base that we decided to do in Coastal Cabana. So I'm going to use my bone folder and crease that nicely. All right. We have our layer here that we have already done with our designer series paper that goes with this suite. I'm going to layer these 2 up on each other. Hey, Leslie. Welcome. So we'll layer those 2 up. Now, we haven't got a sentiment yet. I'm still working out what I'm going to do with this, with the sentiment and what we're going to stamp, but we'll do that. Okay. Now, the reason why I decided to do these was to have like a 3D look on this card, as well as the stamped images that we have as well. So I decided that if I could pop it up, it would give us more of a 3D look. And then, of course, we've got these gorgeous embellishments that are going to be able to tuck in behind and give us even more of a gorgeous embellished look. So we can probably possibly tuck that one in there. And this one possibly out through here. Okay. And then, of course, we're going to pop our sentiment in the middle of that. So what have we got in the stamp set that we could possibly do as our sentiment? I've got to tell you the truth. I'm not a huge fan on the script in this set, and I actually said it in my unboxing video. I'm just not a huge fan of the script. We will use it because it's part of the stamp set, and I'm going to use it today on this card, but I'm physically not a real fan. Yeah, sorry to say. Have a very Merry Christmas. Wishing you joy and happiness. I think I'm going to do have a very Merry Christmas there. Okay. We have a scrap piece of basic white. Now, do I want to stamp this in real red, or do I want to stamp it in our shaded spruce? Type it into the comments what you think. Real red or shaded spruce. I might do it in both so you can see what they look like and tell me which one you think would be good. So let's do have a very Merry Christmas in real red. And we'll clean that off, and then we'll do it in shaded spruce. But I want you to vote and tell me which one you think I should use. So I've got 1 for real red, 1 for shaded spruce, 2 for shaded spruce, 3 for shaded spruce, 2 for real red, 4 for shaded spruce, 1, 2, 3 for real red, okay, and I'm going to stamp that one just there in shaded spruce. Okay, so real red, 1, 2, 3 shaded spruce, 4 for real red. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 for real red, and 1, 2, 3 for shaded spruce. Is that right? 1, 2, 3. Real red might win it. Real red won it. There we go. Catherine was the decider. Okay, so real red was the one. All right, so I've got this punch here that I think will be really good to be able to punch out this. Well, I'm hoping I've got enough room here to punch this out, which I do. So have a very Merry Christmas. All right, now I have this that is left over, but I think it's going to be way too big. I think it's going to be way too big on the front of my card. So what I might do is I might just, are you ready for this? I might just punch this out in the middle because I want to put a bit of gold bling on it. All right, so let's just punch, and I could possibly use that. I could layer up a layer on it. Now, you may say, how are you going to put that in underneath there? So I can actually extend this by just cutting it in half. Now, you could cut it in half long ways, but the problem is when you cut it in half long ways and you go to spread it out, so I'm saying long ways horizontal, when you go to spread it out, you're going to have those rounded edges that are going to be really hard to line up because they're going to have a cut mark in the middle, and you don't want to have that. Doing it this way is a really, really easy way of being able to cheat a little bit and get a little bit extra out of your punches. So just remember when you've got one of these punches that you can possibly do this just to add a little bit of highlight. Won't be too overpowering, but it's going to add just that little bit of highlight in behind that sentiment layer. So we've got that one there. So you can see it's just creating that little edge on there. And we're going to put this one on the other end. Now, possibly using some Seal Plus would be the easier way to do this, because with liquid glue on foil, it takes a little while for it to adhere. So sometimes it can slip and slide, but I think I've got that looking pretty good. So make sure that your edges all line up really well. But there you go. You've got a sentiment label by just punching out a second one in that gold foil. And that's going to look just gorgeous on the front there. All right. So now that we've got that, I'm going to adhere this one to the inside because I'm not going to put anything else on the inside of this. I think that the embellishment on the inside is great. And when it comes to Christmas cards, you've probably got a lot to say to people. So it gives you a lot of room to be able to write whatever you want to write on the inside. So I think what some people call it is a lot of real estate room. So in other words, a lot of room to be able to write your message and whatever you want to say to someone at Christmas time. So we've got that one there. Now, of course, we need to use some of this gorgeous paper on the front. Gorgeous ribbon on the front. So do you want me to use this ribbon? Okay, so we've got the shaded spruce ribbon, or do you want me to use the cherry cobbler and gold ribbon? I'm going to use the gold embellishment. So out of the Drucy gems, I'm going to use the gold ones. So do you think maybe I should use the real red ribbon with the gold trim or the shaded spruce? Tell me what your options would be. Hello, Mimi from Wichita in Kansas. Welcome. I actually have a nephew of mine living in Kansas at the moment. He's gone over there to live for a couple of years. He married the love of his life. She's from over there, and she has to finish out her, I don't know what they call it, doctorate. She's becoming a doctor. So she had to finish out over there. So we've got 3 for the cherry cobbler. 4, 5. Okay, everyone likes the red. Shaded spruce got the boot. No one likes the shaded spruce? I think the real red will stand out a lot nicer on there anyway. All right, so I think what I want to do is do like a big fake bow that's going to go in underneath this. So I'm going to move all of these. I'm going to be able to tuck them in later on, but I want to do a really big fake bow that's going to be able to sit in underneath. So I'm going to add some Seal Plus here for the bow to stick into. Now, it's totally up to you how you want to do this. I like to actually just do it the fake way, like you put it in here, you make the big loop, okay? You make the big loop, you come down, you cross over, you make this big loop, and you go back up and stick it into that Seal Plus. So I'm not actually tying a bow, but it will eventually look like a big bow. And then I just cut it off at the length that I need it. And then, of course, once I sit everything over the top, you'll see that this will then look like a bow. All right, so the next thing what I want to do is I just want to fake sitting where I'm going to put that. And then I'm going to tuck in all my other bits and pieces in underneath. Now, I want them to sit up, so I'm actually going to pop them up on dimensionals. So I'm going to add some dimensionals just on here. Now, for the top one, I want it to straddle so that I'm not covering up where I've stamped that image. I want it to straddle that it's going to come in from underneath here, but pop up. Okay, so can we possibly get that to happen? I think we can. I might need to just pop that ribbon up a little bit. Or we'll just sit it in. No, I want it to go under the ribbon. All right, so that there like that. Okay, this one here, we're going to have popping out from down under here. I can actually pop that in underneath that ribbon there because I want it to pop in out from underneath that bow as well. So let's do some dimensionals on the back of that one. Like that. And that one, as I said, is going to pop in underneath there and hang off a little bit down here. Now, it's totally awesome to hang off the edge of that layer on the front there. And that just brings your card to a whole new level. It's really nice to be able to hang off the edges of some of your sections because it creates more like the images are popping off the page more or less. All right, so now with these little ones, we're just going to add some liquid glue just onto the back, and we're going to tuck those in. So I'm going to tuck that one in, just in under there, to come out through there. We're going to tuck another one in that's going to come out through that top section up there. So just a little bit of glue just on the back. You don't need a lot. Once you've got it on there, I like to keep all of the sprigs flying free so that they can move around and it looks a little bit like they're coming off your page. So it gives a little bit of dimension to your project. So another one down the bottom here. So a little bit of glue just on the bottom of that. And we will pop that one in under there and just squish it down. And then, of course, the last one. So I was glad that I did cut 4 of those. All right, so that one there, we're going to pop in underneath there, coming out through there. So as you can see, a gorgeous embellishment. Then our sentiment is going to sit over the top of all of that. Okay, so the best way to pop up that sentiment now is to actually put my dimensionals on that front layer. So by putting the dimensionals on the front layer, you don't have to worry about whether your dimensional is going to sit on the edge of the other popped up images. So when I've got things that I've already popped up, I like to just place my dimensionals and then I can actually sit my sentiment down into it. So at this stage, I can see that these two holly images are going to keep up the center of it. So I really only need to put a dimensional down here and another one up the top to hold that whole sentiment in place. So I'm going to pop them directly straight down onto that layer. So one there and another one tucked in just there. And then as you can see, I can take the backings off that. I can then line up my layer nice and straight, my sentiment on there, and press it down And bam, we have our sentiment done. So you can see, as I said, it's holding up that center part, those two pieces that we've already popped up. So we didn't need to put dimensionals on those as well. If we did, you'll find that then your sentiment will pop up because it'll be popped up too high. Okay. And of course, you know me, we can put some dimensionals on the back of this and then pop it up onto that layer on the front. So coloring with your Wink of Stella, it gives you a lot more option, a lot more scope to use many different colors in your craft room. And it allows you to, as I said, if you're limited with supplies and you don't have the room for all the blends, it's a great alternative to be able to still color those images. I remember years ago when I didn't have blends or anything, I shied away from all of these lined images because I couldn't see the point in using them when you couldn't color them in. So I find that it has been really awesome to be able to have our blends. But as I said, if you don't have them, your Wink of Stella is a great alternative. The shaded spruce ribbon is gorgeous, but would have been too wide for this card. And also too, I think there's so much shaded spruce on the front there now that red is nice to have that nice pop of red at the front. I mean, my thought process when I first started was that the shaded spruce was going to do it. But as you can see, it has really, it wasn't needed. There's too much shaded spruce on there. So the red just gives a nice little contrast. So just with some liquid glue now, I'm going to adhere that to the front of that Coastal Cabana layer. The card base, sorry. Like so. And then what's going to finish it off is those gorgeous Druzy adhesive back embellishments. Now we have them in a couple of different sizes. There's the large size and the medium size. So I'm just going to grab with my take your pick tool, which is here. I'm just going to grab, I think I'm just going to use the medium ones on here. I'm just going to grab one and pop it there. I'm going to grab another one off my desk. Okay. That's sent to test me. Hang on, and I get a bit of putty out the end here. My putty has disappeared. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I'm right. I can pick it up. All right. So I'm going to pop one there. I think I like one there. And I could possibly pop one just up in there. And I mean, I'm the bow lady from Bow Desert, but I'm also Winky from the Wink of Stella. I'm now going to add a spritzing of Wink all over the front of the card and, of course, on the inside of the card, just to add that shimmer and shine, just to give it that sparkle. Look at that. You can see, hopefully you can see that in the light and the shimmer and shine that's on the front there. So there you go. There is a gorgeous card using the Sentimental Witches bundle today and using your Wink of Stella, just using your Wink of Stella to be able to color some gorgeous images and be able to pick up some of your ink to be able to do that. So hopefully you've enjoyed that. Now, tomorrow morning, I will be back here live. If this is the first time you've watched me, I go live 5 days a week. So I will be back live tomorrow morning, but it will be at about 9:30 tomorrow morning because I have to do a bit of business training before I jump on here. The weekend was quite good. A little bit disappointing that it would have been nice to have more Papercraft people there, but apparently the Ipswich one is going to be even more Papercraft. So they actually, Lynn, I know you talked about not being able to get a car park. And it actually wasn't too bad because they had another car park that they had, I don't know where it was, but they had another car park and they were running a shuttle bus from that car park to bring people over to the craft show. And then they used to announce the times when the shuttle bus was ready to pick people up and take them back to the car park. So there was actually no walking because you could catch the shuttle bus and they dropped you straight at the door. So it wasn't too bad. And I don't know whether they're going to have it again next year, or whether they're thinking, they still haven't confirmed. But I will book in again and do the Toowoomba show again. But I will be at Ipswich on the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th at the Craft Alive show. So if you want to come and craft with me, or you want to come and see some of the products and hang out with me, by all means, make sure you catch me at the Ipswich Papercraft show. You will absolutely, I'm going to be doing scrapbooking classes. I'm also going to be doing card classes as well. So come and hang out at my stand, come and craft with me, which will be great. I know it's a couple of months away, but that will be here before we know it. So thank you everyone for watching me this morning. I hope you had a lovely morning. I hope you enjoyed that gorgeous card created using your Wink of Stella. Get your Wink of Stella out, people. Try it. Have a go. Start coloring those beautiful lined images, because the world is your oyster when you can use all of your different ink padded colors with one simple little Wink of Stella. So thank you everyone for hanging out with me. I will see you all again tomorrow morning for another live crafty show. Please, if you're watching the replay, hit that thumbs up button. Please make sure you like and subscribe my video. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification. Thanks everyone again, and I will see you all again tomorrow.